morning and welcome to the first ever Open Combined Championships for New Zealand sport climbing. I'm Sam Munday.
And I'm Zeta Hitman.
Welcome along. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I really hope you enjoy the climbing today. Alrighty, we are live. Welcome along. Here we are. Cool. Here's our starting list for our women's speed climbers. Up first we'll have Sarah Tetzlaff has qualified in first place. We've got Abby Gibert, Phoebe Kenderdine, Cirrus Tan, Taylor Manning, Kim Ford, Erica Gatlin and Kerry Shibahara. For our men's start list, we have Chase Gatlin, also qualified in first place. Alexander Keishley-Cornish, Elliot Kayet. Oh, I actually believe Elliot might be qualified in first. This is in order. We've got Luke Gardner, Tom Walden, Caleb Bryant, George Sanders and Henry Booker, who we can see just behind the speed wall into the isolation zone. Climbers starting to warm up, getting all ready. How exciting is it that we've got a speed climbing wall in New Zealand now, Zeta?
I know, it's pretty fantastic. It's been in the running for 2 years almost, so New Zealand's very excited to have this speed wall up and running.
2 years, and it's only just got up 3 days ago, so how exciting is that? It's all ready for the competition. It's a bit of a relief. Climbers got some time to practice on it before the competition. Quite like speed climbing. Do you like speed climbing, Zeta?
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's quite different to any other climbing. My first experience speed climbing was going to Russia last year. It was quite fun, actually.
Yeah, that was really good because speed climbing is quite a bit of a different head game coming into it, isn't it? Because you're quite a lot less relaxed, you'd say, than other styles of climbing.
Yeah, definitely, and it's quite easy to slip off, so you've got to stay focused and just memorize the climb you've got ahead of you.
And that's always the thing, like when you're talking to people and they're like, oh, you do climbing for competitions? Is it always about speed? You know, it's always what they'd assume. So it's always a good spectator sport for people to watch. It's easy to understand.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice breezy, slightly warm day here down at Mount Maunganui. We've gotten this speed climbing all set up in the cricket stadium, so it's easy to have lots of crowds here to watch. Shortly, our first climbers will be coming out.
We're hoping the rain won't set in today, so fingers crossed for that.
That would be very good since it's an outdoor venue. October's quite a crazy time in New Zealand. Our first day, we had quite a lot of wind going and we had to change over to manual belays, not the auto belays. But it seems to be all going well today.
Everyone's out warming up behind the speed wall, so hopefully they're not feeling too nervous and ready to start climbing.
It's funny, I think when you're speed climbing, I've always found it that when you're racing someone, it almost makes you go faster, you know, because you're trying to beat them the whole time, whereas if it's just yourself, you feel less pressure. There's Abby Gibert. She's probably going to be one of the first climbers out. See if we can get hold of a start list.
So climbing starting pretty soon. Everyone's ready to come out.
Here come our first two ladies, is Sarah Tetzlaff and Abby Gibert, both supporting, both climbing for Bay of Plenty Sport Climbing Association. So they'll take their marks, they'll get their foot pads into position as to where they want to start on. And they can't take their foot off at all. They're quite sensitive, those pads, aren't they, Zeta?
Yeah, pretty sensitive. So you've got to be careful to make sure your run counts and don't get disqualified.
Climbers taking their positions now. Sarah Tetzlaff, the current speed champion for the women's in New Zealand.
Here they go. Pretty quick they are.
Abby being one of our youngest climbers in this females finals, neck and neck quite often. My goodness, this is a very close race. Wow.
Sarah Tetzlaff.
Just taking that race. That was very good though from Abby Gibert there. She hasn't done much speed training at all. It's fantastic.
The climbers are doing pretty well with speed, seeming as Speedball hasn't been in New Zealand,
Yeah.
so
It's funny, we've got speed records for New Zealand and everything, yet, we haven't had a speed wall until 3 days ago. So if our fastest record, what is it at the moment? I believe Tom has got about 9.1 or 2 or something. We're only going to get better and better, which is really exciting. Do you think we'll start to see some people in New Zealand focus solely on speed?
I reckon since we've got the speedball here, it's much easier for that to be done, and it's a fun type of climbing. So I think that people will definitely take to speed.
And we've got the High Performance Institution just down the road, don't we? Oh, here's our next race. They're already out. Next 2 climbers, Phoebe Kenderdine and Cirrus Tan.
And they're off.
Cirrus seems to be pulling just ahead. Cirrus being certainly one of the more experienced competitors here.
Phoebe's not far behind.
Oh, fall for Phoebe. If they don't carry on to the top, their time will not be taken, but it's better than a false start.
Cirrus is doing well.
18.65 for Cirrus. So the time to beat so far for today, only 2 races in, of course, is Sarah Tetzlaff's 13.99. Out next, we've got Taylor Manning and Kim Ford. So Taylor so far this year, we've had 4 competitions. We've had the 2 youth competitions, we've had the lead and the bouldering, and we've had the 2 open competitions, lead and bouldering. So far, Taylor has won every single competition she's entered in, and if she wins today, it'll be the first time ever that anyone's ever won all the competitions for the year. It's pretty crazy, isn't
doing
it?
amazingly.
It's going to be a tight competition today. Off to a good start. Kim Ford there, having competed in Italy earlier this year alongside Taylor.
Oh, they're pretty close.
Taylor's pulling just ahead. Getting right up into the last couple of holds now. 15.80.
Kim just took a fall.
Next race out, we'll have Erica Gatlin. Who's that other name? Kerry Shibahara. Alrighty, here's our next 2 climbers.
Off to a good start.
Erica definitely pulling ahead. Both these climbers won't have much experience on the speed wall whatsoever. It's the cool thing about speed, though. Even if you're quite a way behind, you never know if the other person's going to slip off or fall or whatever, so you always just have to carry on, don't you?
Yeah, it's always a bit of an unknown.
Yeah.
Quite exciting.
24.18 for Erica Gatlin.
Kerry's still going.
So the height of this wall is about 15 metres for those of you that haven't seen it before. It's about 5 degrees overhanging. And the world record at the moment for this wall, for you that haven't seen it, is about 5.4 seconds or something.
I think so, that's right.
We've just had a new women's world record set last night. It's about, what was it, Zeta? You know that one?
6.995, so just under 7 seconds, so it's pretty exciting.
That's really exciting. Be interesting to see how the boys do today. It's our first race for the males. We've got Chase Gatland and Alexander Keishley-Cornish. Chase coming over from Australia, representing New Zealand. We've got Alex down from Auckland.
Pretty quick. Oh, Chase is pulling ahead.
Yeah, Chase is definitely off to a good start there. He's been training this quite a lot.
Yeah, he seemed pretty smooth on the speed wall.
Places time of 10 seconds 85. Alex Casey still doing very good, especially seeing as his first time on the speed wall was training for this competition just 2 days ago.
Making sure they're keeping their mental state.
Yeah. Next climbers out, we've got Luke Gardner and Elliot Kay over from New Caledonia. It's really cool. Some of the New Caledonian team, they've been training with World Cup climber Bassa Maywem, and they've even been winning some of the French championships for speed climbing. So Elliot here is very fast, and he'll give a good run for the money for the boys here today.
It's really cool to see people from other countries beginning to climb in New Zealand.
Yeah, and it's a good experience, I think, because for them to come over and compete in a combined championship in this format, yeah, it's just more competition experience. Off to a very fast start. Luke's doing well, but Elliot definitely ahead.
Both very quick.
Fantastic time there from Elliot. 8 seconds, 64. 11 seconds from Luke Gardner.
Wow.
Luke Gardner earlier this year was in Russia with us. Oh, that was last year, wasn't it? He was in Italy this year as well.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
He improved so much in his speed while over there.
Yeah. It's crazy. You know, you can go from just in one day. Sometimes people have their first go on speed climbing. They might be around 20 seconds or whatever. And within a couple of days, they're down into the, you know, close to 10 seconds.
It is so tiring, though, thrashing yourself over and over.
Yeah, especially when you're hot weather. So here's Caleb Bryant up from Christchurch. Again, one of his first times on speed climbing. And Tom Walden, current speed record holder for New Zealand.
Oh, they are fast.
Caleb just slipping there. Tom's climbing very smoothly, no bumps or anything so far. Perfect
very
sequence.
easy.
10 seconds 80 from Tom. Not close to his record, but still a very solid time to put down. I think often speed climbers, when you're in a competition, because you're only going to get 2 runs today, I believe. I don't know, they probably might have more, but you know, your first time's really going to have to count, because if you false start or slip off or whatever, it really pushes you back and it makes your second run a lot more precious. So if you can put a solid time down the first time, just being a bit more careful.
Then you can just go for it for your second run.
Yeah, you can really go for it. Here's George Sanders up from Wellington, racing Henry Booker.
Looking pretty focused.
George definitely ahead on this, but Henry's still placing
Henry's
very,
not far behind.
Very smooth here. Good time there from George.
Wow.
10 seconds, 28. Henry Booker, 11.99.
All the men are doing pretty well, down around 10 seconds.
It's quite a cool looking speed wall, isn't it? Bay of Plenty Sport Climbing Association's just built it, and as you can see you'll see Abby's singlet shortly popping up on screen. That bright orange, you've got the same design on the speed wall there. You've got the orange and the black triangles. It's pretty funky.
It's quite a unique speed wall.
Yeah. So we're on to our second race of the females so far. It's Phoebe Kenderdine and Abby Gibbert. Abby on the left.
Hopefully Phoebe gets to the top this time.
Quite a unique beta there Abby uses, skipping out one of those start holds. And again, this is some of the first runs Abby has ever had on the speed wall. Again, awesome time from Abby, 14 seconds 85.
Wow.
Phoebe getting
well.
to the top. Yep, excellent.
Sweet.
22 seconds from Phoebe Kenderdine there from Wellington.
Abby did really well in speed in Russia last year. She was cutting her time down a lot.
Yeah, so it's great now as well that we've got the speed wall right in her hometown, and she'll be able to train and get even better. So out next, we've got Kim Ford up from Christchurch on the left and Kerry Shibahara on the right, climbing for the Dynamites in Wellington.
It's really cool to see the competitors from a range of regions.
Yeah, all around New Zealand. We've got everyone right from Christchurch up here, and we've got Auckland finalists, Christchurch finalists, Bay of Plenty finalists. Girls are on the way. Kim pulling ahead.
It takes a lot of practice to get the sequence really nailed into you, so now having the speed wall, everyone will be able to get much quicker.
Yeah, and that's one of the things, like you can be a really fast climber. Awesome time there from Kim,
Wow.
20 seconds 12. Kerry Shibahara, 26.65. But yeah, you know, you can be a fast, powerful climber or whatever, but if you don't understand the sequence or you're not coordinated and you haven't had that experience on it, doesn't mean too much, because, you know, the people who practice speed climbing, they'll be training that day in, day out, 5-6 days a week. I remember when we were in New Caledonia, Basame Wem, he was only counting his runs, if they were under 6 seconds every time.
Wow. Their muscle memory.
Good time there from Sarah, 12 seconds 97, 10 on each side of the wall. So just in case, you know, the lanes aren't fair or whatever, they do or something. Good start for both these guys. Alex just...
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few. Seen that World Cup climb. Two climbers on the left. We've got Youth Olympic Games competitor Sarah Tetzlaff.
Oh, Sarah's really taking off.
Yeah, she's training speed a lot, clearly. She's done it overseas quite a bit.
Yeah, she's doing well. Taylor's doing really well too.
Placing the fastest times for the females in speed climbing. Two boys next, Alex Casey and Caleb Bryant. Wow! 15 seconds 32 from Alex Casey, 15:37 from Caleb. Very close race there.
So close.
That was good. There seemed as well, probably.
This will be a tight race then too.
Yeah. 10 seconds 29, I think that was from Tom Walden. It's a good race. Good race.
There's been quite a few. Oh, wow.
Slight slip there from George Elliott's ahead. But yeah, so far it doesn't look like there's been too many big slips or greasy holds or anything today. So that's good. Some setters as well. So yeah, it's going to be a pleasure to watch.
Yeah, an exciting competition coming up.
Yep. So we'll talk to you all again soon. Thank you very much.